How's it going, everybody? Ryebread here today, and we are back with our Los Angeles Lakers 2K18 MyLeague rebuild, and we're here in 2019. This would be season number 3, and so far, so good. I mean, the team looks really good. That's all I can say. The team looks really good. We've yet to make the playoffs in the first 2 seasons. Now, season number 3, I really want to make the playoffs. Hopefully, injuries don't just absolutely destroy us this year like it did last year. We made the acquisition for CJ McCollum, trading Brandon Ingram and Avery Bradley for McCollum here. And on the bench, we got Caspi as the 6th man, Harrison, Kuzma, Zubac, Collins. And then I have Philemon playing instead of Ike Anagbogu because we already have 2 power forwards coming off the bench. So I feel like Philemon here can play over Hart because Hart's going to be back in a month or so, I believe. Let me go ahead and check his injury. 4 to 6 weeks, so hopefully Philemon, he's a 72, he's got potential, don't forget, he's just pissed off because I put him in the G League for as long as I did. He's a 72, just dropped off because of that. 81 potential, though, so we're going to see what we can get him to grow to. And I don't know if we have anybody to send down to the G League. Law's already in the G League. Cheney's not really going to be anything. He can just ride the bench if he's going to bitch about being in the G League. But we also signed Kenny Russell to go ahead and send him down to the G League. He's 66 with 78 potential, so he's a good, decent backup point guard. I know we already have Harrison, but, you never know. If he gets too expensive, we can always move on from him. And the system is still pace and space. It is the one that works best with our lineup, and I definitely think we got a lot more space. The only one who doesn't really fit the whole spacing thing is Bamba, because if you look at his, he can't shoot. So he's just there to defend and grab rebounds and be one of our paint presence, post presence. DeMarcus Cousins can actually shoot the 3 too, so he should be good there. Porter is a very good 3-point shooter. Obviously, McCollum and Ball, also fantastic 3-point shooters. So without further ado, boys, let's go ahead, start simulating here, and hopefully we can avoid getting super injured as we lose to the Spurs in the opener. And Bamba's got a sore left hand, but we're going to keep it rolling anyway. We beat the Rockets, but lose to the Jazz. He's back. And now we beat the Kings. That's a good one. Let's see if we can go ahead and... Oh, God. Why? It frustrates me when this team... We're better than this. We are so much better than this. Yet we are 2-6. And this is last year for Luke Walton. If Luke Walton can't get it done with this team, I don't know what to do. Harrison for a second and Giles, no thank you. We beat Portland. Harrison for Williams in a second, no thank you. I don't know why everyone wants Harrison. Alright, now it's time to pick some prospects. Let's see who's out there. They got, this is, I guess, the year of the point guard. There's a stash pick there. He's only 19, so that's a really good pick, I would say. And can we beat the Nets? And we do beat the Nets, and we're 4-8 to start the season here. That is abysmal. That is really, really bad. Who is Cousins, McCollum, Ball? Ball is averaging 10 assists. He's got a lot of assists. McCollum, as far as turnovers, Ball's got a lot of turnovers. Boogie's filling the stat sheet like he always does. Do we want to maybe make the first scoring option probably Cousins, and then we would probably do McCollum and then Porter as our scoring options because... I don't think Lonzo's a fantastic scorer. Yeah, he's a decent 3-point shooter, but he's way better at playmaking and defense. So McCollum, Porter, and Cousins, because Bamba's the defensive presence. So Cousins, then McCollum, then Porter are our 3 guys that we're going to go to. We're going to put the ball in their hands when we need a basket. And we're going to see if that one works out for us. So we'll simulate another 4 weeks here and see if we can do a lot better. Nope, we lose by 30. We've been getting absolutely blasted. And yes, he's officially back from his injury, and there we go. They have Kuzma starting over Bamba. I'm going to say no. Kuzma can play, that's fine, there and there. Cousins getting a lot of minutes. Harrison, I don't want 11-man rotation. I'd much rather have a 10-man rotation and give these guys... We'll give the starters all a few more minutes. And yeah, there we go. So they'll all get a few more minutes. Kuzma's coming off as the 6th man. Actually, I think I'd rather have Hart being the 6th man there. 22 minutes for Hart, because he can come in and replace McCollum if he gets tired. Then Kuzma, Harrison, Caspi, and Zubac. Yep, so that's one of each. The rotations are looking pretty fine. If Luke Walton, if we are still this far under 500 at I think the end of December, I think here at the new year, I will fire him mid-season and go see who's out there. But I don't want to have to do that because I like Luke Walton. I want him to stay as our head coach. But we're 4-10, and I've given him the players to do it. But he is not taking advantage of what I'm giving him. So it may be time for me as a GM to let him go. Although another injury there kind of sets us back. But our team is way too good to be 5-13. If we lose to the Clippers, I swear to God. There we go, and we'll keep that as is. The Clippers, I'm sorry. It's got to be time to make a change at the head coaching position because Yeah, this is terrible. This is absolutely terrible right now. I'm stopping the sim. Who's out there as far as staff? Who is out there? Head coaches. We can actually promote from within if we... Or Schmidt. Ooh, Schmidt would not be a bad option. I mean, I do like Trent Peterson there. I don't know. View candidates here. I'm thinking Logan Schmidt. Steve Clifford, no. Probably Schmidt, I would say. He's got that A- potential, too. Yeah, there's Nate McMillan, but you know what? I think I'm going to fire Luke Walton, and we're going to go after Logan Schmidt here. He's got good potential, and he seems to be a very good defensive coach. We'll give him a 2-year deal at 3.5, and he's going to accept that. I don't want to lock him down for too long just in case, he's not good as our head coach. But we have a brand new head coach whose style is balanced. I will take a balanced system instead of pace and space. I know pace and space works with our what we got, but I'll deal with balanced. All right, so if we go rebuild the rotations to what he would like, we bomba starting. Yeah. This is all looking good. 10-man rotation. That is just fine. Harrison, we don't really have a backup point guard, but we can rotate our shooting guards at the point there. So we'll go ahead and simulate through the first of the month here. Through the first of the year, we beat the Suns, we beat the Bulls, and there's the first 2 wins as Logan Schmidt is our head coach. 3 straight wins. Harrison, I will take that. Why is Zach Collins starting? No, thank you. Zach Collins does not deserve to get that many minutes. Hart there. Porter, I want to give Porter 30 minutes a game. That's fine. Collins, I guess, can be there. They're not. Ooh, why are they playing? Collins got some kind of potential that I don't know about. 76 with 80 potential, where Kuzma is 76 with 78 potential. So I guess we can play Collins because he's hot right now. I'm sure I'll have to come in and change it in just a second, but just because another injury will happen, somebody will, jam their finger. There's 4 straight wins for Logan Schmidt now, and we are on a roll, boys. Team chemistry is going up. Zach Collins for second, and Thon Maker. Thon Maker is a very interesting one here, guys. I don't know what his potential is, if it's dropped at all. He's got 84 potential. Thon Maker is a very solid backup center at the age of 22 only. He's on an expiring deal, and they're both on expiring deals. We would get a second out of this, too. I don't know why Zach Collins has so much more trade value. We have Zubac. Anyway, he's got 80 potential, whereas Thon Maker's got 84 potential. We have Kuzma, who I do want to play over Zach Collins. I'm going to do this deal for Thon Maker, boys. And we're going to go ahead and see just what the rotations will look like after that Thon Maker there. And I think that means Zubac's time here in LA, as much as I like him, he's only got 78 potential. He could be somebody we eventually turn around and flip him for maybe a late pick, a late first-round pick. I'm not sure what somebody would give up for him, but let's go ahead here. There's another win. There's a 5-game winning streak, 6-game winning streak. I think we had to let Luke Walton go. This team has responded to the head coaching change. And Logan Schmidt is doing very, very well as the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. It's always tough to come in and be the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, let alone Paul George and Zaza for McCollum and Caspi. I'm going to say no because Paul George doesn't play the 2. He could, but I like McCollum. So Hart for Hernan Gomez and a first. I don't hate that deal. I don't hate this deal, but it's another center. I do want the first. I want the first, though. That's the thing. Like a 2020 top 3 protected first. How bad are the Charlotte Hornets? I'm going to exit without declining here. Stop simulation and review as we go on another win there and beat the Thunder and are now in a playoff position. Okay, so team stats. Where are the Hornets? The Hornets are... okay, so they're actually above us in the standings. So that I think that was 2020, right? That trade was... I forgot what the review pending trade. 2020 first-round pick. That is this upcoming draft, I believe, because we are in the season of 2019-2020. Yes, it'll be about to be 2020. So that's this year's upcoming draft, but it's not really going to be anything. So I'm going to decline this trade because I don't think it's worth it for us. Let's go ahead and check out contract extension, see who might want to re-sign. CJ McCollum wants to test free agency, boys. But we've got him locked down through next season, so maybe if we make a deep run, he will come back. And then there we go. So Harrison here does want to come back. Can we give him... He's a really good backup point guard. He's only 25. Sign him till he's... and let's actually front load this contract. Get it all out of the way now so that we got a really cheap point guard, backup point guard. 3 years front loaded, $3.5 million. He's accepted it. I think that's a fantastic deal for us. He gets paid right now. We get some cap relief in the future and a very solid backup point guard. Thon Maker is undecided, so that's fine. Thon wants 20. That's why they traded him right there. He wants $26 million. Yeah, he's coming off his rookie deal. So maybe, oh god, I don't know if I want to pay Thun that much money. Let's go ahead and check out the player contracts real quick. Who are we paying next year? I mean, Lonzo, just one more year. We might have to move Maker, but we can always bring him back on a bigger deal if he does want to come back. But see, Harrison's contract just keeps going down, and that's fantastic for us. We got him locked up through there as a backup point guard. That is great. Yes, see Thon Maker here, Caspi, and then Kenny Russell. But Kenny Russell is a 70 or 69 now. He's in the G League. Philemon only down by 2 now. He's actually 73, so that's nice to see that. But as far as players we have to sign, really nobody, because we have such a young team. We have Porter and Bamba and Philemon locked up for 2 more years after this one, and then Ball. But you know what? We're going to keep simulating here. I'm going to stop trying to mess around with the contracts, because we don't need to worry about that right now, because we are on a 9-10 game winning streak, excuse me. Now we're going up against the Celtics. We beat the Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers. We've won 12 in a row. Now the Dallas Mavericks, we beat them as well. A very close game, 1-point victory, 13, and our winning streak is stopped at 13 wins. But hey, you know what? I will take it. That is a great turnaround. We fire Luke Walton, and we go on a 13-game winning streak, but we pick it right back up by beating the Pistons in a very defensive game. Now let's go ahead here and check out the stats as we are at January 1st, and DeMarcus Cousins, McCollum, Porter, Ball's averaging a double-double with almost 5 rebounds. Boogie's got 19 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists. I mean, he's doing well defensively as well. Lonzo Ball with 2.1 steals as well. Really he lowered his turnovers per game. As far as rebounds, obviously, Cousins, Porter, Thon's giving us 8 points and 5 boards off the bench. I don't think he's worth the kind of contract he's going to want. And I mean, I don't think we can trade him right now, but if we go to contract extensions, he's undecided. Zubac will resign, so we could either go after Thon Maker and hope that he grows even more, but we already have DeMarcus Cousins, so I don't know why we'd pay that much for a backup center. He's fantastic and everything, and I could just let him go, but we could sign. Wait, why is that? What the hell is going on with that? The coloration of the bar. What is that? Completely empty, or will he just accept anything, or what is the interest here? I don't know what's going on with that color of the interest bar. Hold on. Yeah, it's still what is going on here with this all right, let's try that again. Nope. All right, so that is weird. It's pink, which I don't know what that means. Let's go ahead and is he on a team? Do we have to? No, he's oh wait, he has. Yeah, he's signed through next year. Zubac's signed through next year, so we could keep Thon and then just have Zubac resume his backup center duties just in case Thon grows to be something pretty nice. We can make that decision in the offseason too. We don't have to extend him right now. But here we go. Let's go ahead and go another month as we resume this winning streak, boys. After that one loss to the Clippers there, Battle of LA, we lost, but we have won 4 in a row and are now in the, I think, 5th spot. McCollum for favors and the Trailblazers want McCollum back. That is hilarious. I'm going to say no, though. All right, now Utah here. Look at it's Warriors, Pelicans, Spurs, Lakers. That's weird. We beat after losing to the Mavs, we beat the Warriors. I'm a little bit confused about that one. But hey, I'll take wins whenever I can get wins against whoever. All that matters is we make the playoffs now, because my job might be on the line if we don't. All right, now the Clippers here. We faced the Clippers twice. Jakob Poeltl for a first. We give Cheney and Hart. If I had another backup shooting guard, I would definitely do that. But I don't really have another one besides Hart. And look at us, boy. We're 5 games behind the Warriors, and we lose to Portland as the CJ McCollum revenge game does not go too well. But we beat the Timberwolves and Memphis, and what a turnaround after firing Luke Walton. And there we go. We'll just readjust the rotation there. Power forward, we have Kuzma coming off the bench. Bamba there. Why is Bamba getting so few minutes? I want Bamba getting more minutes than that. Goodness gracious. We'll take 1 minute from all the bench players and give him that extra 5 minutes there. All right, and wow, these guys, we are playing our starters a ton. And did we beat the Magic? We did beat the Magic there, so it's now a 3-game winning streak as we're going to go ahead here and get up to the end of January. The Hawks, we beat the Hawks, and we beat the Hornets as well. And Hart for Baines in a first. I would do Hart for another shooting guard in a first, but I don't think teams that want him would do that because they probably want a shooting guard. All right, so we're up here close to the trade deadline, and wow. Look at the West, man. Guys, we are in 2nd place in the West, but we're only above the Spurs by half a game, above the Spurs, or the Thunder by a game and a half, the Rockets by 2.5 games, so we do have a decent cushion there as well. But let's go ahead here, see contract extensions. Zubak will resign. Thonmaker is undecided now. I think he said he would have resigned, but I think now he's undecided. From none. Great. He's from Canada, right? Potential there. Zubak, yeah, he will resign, but I'm not going to give him that. He still wants to test free agency, CJ McCollum here. I think he's got his mind made up about that one. I'd really not like to lose CJ McCollum, because that would suck. But we can give him the Supermax deal, so he's probably gonna test free agency, and then we'll have to give him the Supermax, so that's fine. I mean, we're still operating relatively good under the cap here, I should say. Yeah, we still have $1 million in cap space, and we have $31 million in cap space for next year, so we can even go over the cap to sign our own players. We got Ball, Porter, Bamba all locked up. These Porter and Bamba for 2 years, Lonzo for at least 1 more year, and then we'll have to sign Lonzo then. Boogie's got a player option there in 2 years, but again, the only thing I'm really worried about is next year. Thonmaker, I guess I could re-sign him, because we do have Zubak. I mean, they both are kind of the same player. Thonmaker's just got more potential, but he's going to want that $26.5 million contract. $26 million is a lot to pay for someone who's not even your starter. I mean, and we have Boogie locked up, like I said here. That's the thing. We have DeMarcus Cousins for another, at least a season. Next season, and then he's got a player option. Hopefully he accepts the player option. We could always renegotiate with him anyways. But Thonmaker's not going to be our center of the future. We've got Boogie. He'll be 31, 32. But Thon's only got 84 potential. I could untap that. I'm just trying to think here, guys. If we re-sign Thon, he can eventually transition to be our starting center. So we don't have to go... Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to give Thonmaker the contract he wants, and it's just kind of long-term planning so that when Boogie's gone, Thon's probably going to be his full potential. Hopefully I'll untap him, get into 87 potential. Hopefully he hits that potential, and that contract will look pretty nice for an 87 potential center. But we'll keep Zubak and him for now, because Zubak's signed... and we don't have to really worry about them for a little while at least. But definitely going to sign Thon. If Thon wants a contract extension by the extension deadline, I will offer it to him. Porter, Jaren, so the Suns must have heard me talking about getting a center of the future. So they want they want to give us a first in Jaren Jackson. I'm not trading away Michael Porter. I'm sorry, but he's pretty much untouchable. Him, Lonzo, basically anyone in our starting rotation is untouchable. Michael Porter fractured his right hand. That's fantastic. That is just fan-frickin-tastic here. Thon's back, though, which is nice, and we don't really have a backup small forward, so... This could be rough. We may need to swing a deal for a small forward here to the end of the season against the Pelicans, who are a decent team. Jarrett Allen and a second for Kuzma and a first. I'm going to decline that trade because I do enjoy having Kuzma on the team. The Suns, Rockets, Pacers, and then we are at the trade deadline here. McCollum for Gallinari and Brown? No. That's just, I feel like I'm losing in all aspects of that trade. We beat the Suns by 3. Can we beat the Rockets? We do beat the Rockets, which I'm very surprised about. And now up here against the Pacers, I don't know how good they are, but it doesn't matter because we beat them. A first in Exum for Hart. Man, teams really want Hart. They think he's the guy to go get. And I do appreciate having him on this team. But we are here at the trade deadline, guys. Checking out the player stats. Boogie and McCollum lead the team in points. Porter did before he got hurt. Ball and Bamba. So we have a starting rotation that is all averaging double digits, which is kind of nuts. Lonzo's averaging 10 assists as well as 5 rebounds, whereas Cousins has got 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 and 5. I mean, Porter had 7 boards, 3 assists. It's just all spread out. The steals per game. DeMarcus Cousins is bringing it on the defensive end, guys. As far as blocks per game, we got Porter. Ike Onigbogu, but he doesn't play like ever. Thonmaker, there's Bamba. Bamba's defensive side of the game, he's now listed as a two-way star, but he's supposed to be a defensive star, and he is not living up to that hype. Although when you play next to DeMarcus Cousins, it's gonna be hard to get your numbers. We just have to figure out a way to make it work. But here at the trade deadline, is there anybody that, I'm obviously not gonna trade McCollum. Thonmaker is undecided about whether or not he wants to re-sign. Caspi and Ike Onigbogu. I mean, I could trade Ike, I guess, because we have power forwards and centers. I mean, he's ineligible for a contract extension, and I just hit free agents. I mean, Darun Hilliard here, Amon Shumpert. I mean, these guys want the minimum, but they're not as good as Hart is. we go ahead and check out what Hart's statistic, Hart is giving us 7 points, 3 boards, and 2 assists, and a steal. I mean, he's bringing it. He's a lockdown defender, and he can put up 7 points off the bench, which is all that I'm going to ask from him. But if I were to do a trade finder, the only guy I would really probably trade find would be Ike. He's an expiring RFA. Willie Collier here from Ohio State. Doesn't really have good potential, 78 potential, I believe. Oh, 72. Whoops, that's even worse. Here's a first from the books. We could get a first for him, but Willie Hernan Gomez there in a second. There are so many centers in the NBA this year. I mean, I guess I could go get Jeff Green to be our backup small forward because we don't really... Because, I mean, Caspi's our backup small forward, but no thank you, no... Lloyd here. Not a bad. That's a good name. I wouldn't mind trading for the name, but not for the player. New Orleans Pelicans first. They're a good pick. They're also good. We get Ekpe Udoh there for a year on a minimum contract, but no thanks. As far as trades, we get a pick from the Thunder, but the Thunder are good. James Ennis, Sindarius Thornwell, Theo Fox for Christian Law. And there we go. So, we're going to hang on to Ike. I think we might just let him walk or tender him in free agency. We'll go up here to the All-Star break. Hart for Smith and Cheney for Giles. Basically, I'm not going to say no because I don't feel like I improve anywhere there. Trade deadline, I'm not going to stop simulating. I just checked it out. Nobody on our team I want to trade away. Nobody else I want to go bring in. We do lose to the Denver Nuggets, which kind of sucks. But I don't expect us to be as dominant now that Michael Porter is out. We're missing that big... the big presence on the wing there. He's a very, very good wing player. He can space the floor. And we turn it into a 2-game losing streak as we also lose to the Thunder. We lose to the Rockets. And we lose to the Spurs. So we're on a 4-game losing streak here as we head into the All-Star break. And a much-needed All-Star break at that. Wow, they're going to play Cousins for 36 minutes, McCollum for 31, and Lonzo for 30. They hating on Bamba here, guys. I don't know why they're hating on Bamba's minutes. I'll give him maybe not... Yeah, 20, I think 28's okay. Give 24 to Caspi, and then we'll give minutes back to Thon there. Zubac. Yeah, we don't have a backup small forward, which kind of sucks. Kuzma can play the small forward position. That's actually what I. You know what? I might move Kuzma to the small forward right now. He goes up to an 81. I'm going to confirm that, and there we go. Now we got ourselves a starting small forward again, which is going to be fantastic. Thon there. Caspian, now Ike's not playing, but, Zubac, Thon can play the power forward anyway, so he can rotate into the power forward. I'm not too concerned about that. But I do feel a lot better knowing that Kuzma's now an 81, and he's now our starting small forward while Porter is out. He could be our backup, and we could, I'm kind of liking what's going on. Mohamed Bamba, right calf cramp. It's a new injury. I'm going to leave it as is. We're just at the All-Star game here. Injury's fully healed. I figured that. And we're going to call up some of our G League players because I assume that they probably want to be in the NBA. Kenny Russell, and he's a 67. He's a 71 point guard. If somebody gets hurt, he's just upset because he's in the G League. But see how Philemon turned his mood around. I was check him out earlier. He's ready for his time with the Lakers to come to an end, but too bad because we have a 2-year team option on him, so he is stuck. And we'll go here to the end of March. Losing to Portland, can we beat the Warriors? We can beat the Warriors. Oh, yes, I would like to stop simulating here. Contract extensions. Zubac will resign, but we got him. I'd kind of like to go after Thon, but he does not want to come back. It's not that he doesn't. He's just undecided about whether or not he wants to come back. So that's fine. We'll just go here to the end of March. We do beat the Warriors, which was a really good one because we were on a pretty bad losing streak there. So let's go ahead, keep scouting some players here. And there we go. Now we play the Thunder and the Nuggets, 2 teams that have beaten us in the past, but we do take the game, and Michael Porter is finally fully healed, so I'll adjust this rotation manually. There we go. Kuzma there. Caspi's on fire. I get it, but I'd rather have a backup power forward in a guy like Ike. I mean, now that I'm looking at it, Ike seems a little bit more necessary now that we got Kuzma as an 81 small forward. I feel like that was the smart adjustment because now we have Porter and Kuzma. Hart backing up McCollum. We still have Harrison backing up... Harrison backing up Ball. We have Bamba being backed up by Ike and Thon backing up Cousins. And that's what I mean. Like, Zubac I do like him, but I don't think he's a necessity on this team right now. Now that we have Porter back, are we going to go on a... And Ike Anigbogu fractures his hand, and you know what, that's fine. We're going to leave that as is. And there we go. So we lose to the 76ers by 1. That was a really close game. We are still in third in the West, though, as we beat the Timberwolves and the Nets. Let's get back to our winning ways. Can we hit 50 wins on the season? I think it's totally doable. We sure seem to be on our way to hit 50 wins this season. If we can get up to 50 wins in season number 3, I'll be super happy about how this team looks and where our future is, because our future is still looking bright because we still have players that can grow. That's the thing. We've won our last 7 now. Can we beat the Suns to make it 8? We do. Timberwolves to make it 9. And Bamba broke his ribs, which sucks. Caspi is now playing. You know what? We'll play Kuzma there. Caspi coming off the bench. There we go. That's fine. We have no power forwards playing, but, you know, Kuzma is a power forward. Against the Kuzma, pulled the low. And we're ravaged with injuries again. Now we have Thon starting there, and interesting. So we did just lose our streak because a lot of our players just went out for a couple weeks, but we do beat the Heat, and we've clinched the playoffs, boys, and that's all that matters. Ike Anigbogu is fully healed, so he's now going to be our starter there. That's fine with me. And we're up here through March 31st into April in the last 3 weeks of the season. We just need to hold on. And, that game against the Spurs and now this game against the Rockets. These 2 games are crucial for seeding now that we've made it to the playoffs. Let's see. The last, I want to simulate through this, up to this Memphis game. This is the last 3 games of the season. Just to make sure, just to get some suspense in here. Let's go. All right. Scouting these players. Why not? And then we've got, yes, we beat, he strained his left quad. He'll be back any day now. Mohamed Bamba is upgraded by the team. We're going to leave it as is until he comes back fully because we can still keep winning. There we go. Can we beat the Warriors? We do beat the Warriors. We are 5 games behind them only. 5 games behind them, yeah. That, I don't think we're going to catch them because we only have 3 games left. So they've clinched the first seed. Oh, and he's fully healed. Adjust rotation manually. Just adjusting some minutes there. And yes. So we are now, okay, so we're 4 full games over the Spurs, and that should seal the deal because I don't think they have enough games. They only have 3 games left. We've clinched 2nd place in the West here, guys. We cannot catch the Warriors, so we might as well have some fun. Cannot remain called up and return the player to the G League. I'm sorry, Kenny Russell. I'm glad you got some probably garbage minutes here. The Spurs now, and we go out on a winning streak as LeBron James here is your MVP. Just to look at the stats here, LeBron James 26 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists, 1.5 steals, 1.5 blocks, shooting .555 from the field. That's very good. Zion Williamson of the Utah. Oh, I didn't even know Utah got Zion Williamson. That is Rookie of the Year numbers if I had ever seen him. 18 points, 5 boards, 2 assists. Very good offensively. Not fantastic defensively, but Blake Griffin of the Knicks is your 6th man of the year, as would make sense. Andre Drummond, Defensive Player of the Year. Jerian Grant, your most improved. Coach of the Year is Dana Falk, but I am fine with that. Now, if we're going to go ahead and look at the All-NBA first team, no Lakers, but it is Westbrook, Harden, James, Antetokounmpo, and Drummond. We have nobody on the All-NBA second team. All-NBA third team, we don't have anybody either. So nobody on our team made the All-NBA team. All-defensive team, though. Lonzo Ball made the All-NBA defensive team. He's content. I don't see... Okay, as long as he wants to come back, I'm cool with that. As far as he had 2.3 steals and 0.6 blocks, 3 turnovers per game, but he is the primary ball handler on the team. Rookies of the Year, there you go, or the All-NBA rookie team. And there you go, Furkan Korkmaz and Kenny Frank of the 76ers there as well. And there you go, boys. And we will be taking... let me get out of the way here. Drum roll, please. We are taking on the Portland Trailblazers in round number 1, guys. And I think I'm going to go ahead and save the playoffs for the next video. If the playoffs go short, we may do the offseason in the next video too. But we've made the playoffs as the number 2 seed, a very solid season. If we can go ahead and do a team statistical recap. Cousins, good year for Cousins. It's not all NBA levels. That's fine because we have McCollum there as well. Then Porter, who had 7 rebounds, 3 assists, as well as 12 points. Lonzo, 11 points. Basically 10 assists, 2 steals, and 5 rebounds. He is filling the stat sheet. Bamba there defensively. Maybe he's an elite defender, it says now. He's got 82 defense. Lonzo's got 90-60. Lonzo's an 89. Good God. Kuzma there as our backup small forward now. Getting more playing time. Nice to see him there as the our 6th leading scorer. Thon Maker there. he's doing pretty well. Zubak, I mean, he didn't get a lot of minutes. Hart, that's fine. Philemon played serviceable. Harrison, our backup point guard, 5 points, 4 assists. I mean, I'm not expecting him to have, 10 points, 10 assists like Lonzo, but that is a decent contribution, and there you go. There are our stats this season. And if you guys want to see what the playoff tree one more time, it's us versus Portland. I know my face is covering it up right now, but it's us versus Portland. Then you have Golden State versus the Zion Williamson-led Utah Jazz. You got Houston, Minnesota, San Antonio, OKC. So if we can get past the Blazers, we might face OKC or San Antonio. Both of those would be a tough matchup. Then over in the East, you got Milwaukee winning the first seed after I believe they won the NBA title last year. They're playing the Orlando Magic. Charlotte versus Chicago. Cleveland versus Boston, and Philly versus Indiana. So I feel like this is going to be a very, very exciting playoffs, but I am so excited to get it started. But that's going to have to wait for the next one. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in the next one.